Welcome to another Madden 26 rebuild. Today we're going to be rebuilding the Las Vegas Raiders, and let's get something out of the way early here. Can we talk about how the Raiders do not get enough hate for how bad they have been? We always hear about the Jets, they're terrible. The Browns, they're terrible. Even the Jaguars, they're terrible. To me, I don't really hear that from the Raiders. I think it's probably a little bit to do with, where they're located now, the color scheme, the logo, the culture, all that speed drafting. Some would say it kills, but they just don't get enough hate for what they've done, which is not a whole lot. Since 2002, they've been to the playoffs 2 times. Both those times, they lost. So, of course, since 2002, they've had 1 playoff win. Of course, they did get to the Super Bowl that year, but most of you guys watching this video, or at least a good portion of you, probably weren't even alive the last time they won the playoffs. I sort of barely was, all right? This Raiders team has not had a whole lot of success. Now, they've kind of changed some things up a little bit. Lately, in my opinion, they've been drafting a little bit more for the guarantee, if you will. Brock Bowers maybe wasn't their biggest positional need at tight end. Michael Mayer, they had him, and then, they took Bowers. They're like, hey, this guy looks like a guarantee. We need more guarantees. Jeanty, same situation. Maybe not the smartest position to grab, especially when you've proven you can't block for a star running back like Josh Jacobs. But they said, you know what? We need more stars. 4 to 5 years of this guy, 4 to 5 years of Bowers. We're going to build up the roster with as close to guarantees as you can get. And I think, that's a good approach. They trade for Geno Smith, who isn't maybe a guaranteed superstar, but he's a guaranteed good quarterback. Now, will this kind of put you back in that Derek Carr situation? I think almost spot on. Yes, it will, but it's better than what they had last year. They've been throwing out these quarterbacks that really should be practice squad guys for the most part. I know there's going to be some AOC lovers out here that are like, hey, watch your language here. Of course, looking at the actual roster itself, wide receivers, not terrible. If at least one of these rookies, specifically Besh, can be decent. Because, of course, Jacoby Myers definitely improved, definitely impressed. And if they get at least 2 of those guys with Bowers, you got a good enough unit. The big question mark, though, is A, Geno Smith. Can we get him back to where he was? And then B, this offensive line. Of course, this is one of the worst offensive lines in the league. I know you have an amazing left tackle. Your center's great. Your left guard's actually pretty good. The right side of the line, though, concerning. Here in Madden, though, we have 2-star rookies. Same with the 2 wide receivers that are hidden. And, of course, Jeanty, who's a superstar. Let's take a look at some of these players, though, before we move on to the defensive side of the ball, where even though it was good in real life, it's definitely a bit subpar in-game. Of course, Ashton Jeanty, superstar dev, looks amazing. There is no concerns about him developing whatsoever. Then we look at Jack Besh, who probably does fit as a number 2 just as well as a slot, but I think this is going to be the lineup 1, 2, 3. Thornton, I've just never been able to develop him in Madden. I know this is the first time he's officially in the game, but all the times we've had guys built just like him and used his exact kind of like build, which most of the time the user-created classes were actually better than this, just never developed him. So hopefully that changes here today, as obviously with all that speed and height, there is a ton of potential there, as we're going to move on to the defensive side of the ball now, where not so much potential going on. Obviously, you have Max Crosby, who is the heart and soul of this defense. Never had a chance of leaving, but I will say, was I praying as a Packers fan that he would come to Green Bay. I don't know why. I had like a bunch of hope, even though I knew it wasn't going to happen. Very strange behavior. But looking at this team, I mean, there's just so many needs, right? As far as cornerback goes, if Stokes is one of your starters, bad things are going to happen. Green Bay let him go. That should tell you something, all right? A lot of injury-prone guys coming out of Green Bay at cornerback. Maybe he can fix it up in Las Vegas, but I highly doubt it. Of course, in Madden, though, you do get Darian Porter. Problem is, he's already 24 years old. 6'3", super speedy, a guy you definitely want to develop. Question is, can you? Again, that speed, it's great, but the age, not so much. But yeah, looking at this defense, it actually graded out pretty well. Got some decent numbers, but overall, replacements-wise, free safety, outside edge, I mean, problem. I mean, this Max Crosby is the only guy they've been able to get at edge to do anything. And obviously, he's amazing, but he has just basically no help. They tried to get Christian Wilkins going, and that was a complete disaster. It's not really their fault, but that could honestly almost have gone no worse, right? It's not quite trading for Antonio Brown worse, but it's up there. Of course, linebackers, they always seem to find, veteran off-ball linebackers that are better than their contracts, so it wouldn't surprise me to see Jermaine Pratt just kill it. Then D-line, obviously, they Pegues and Hemingway they drafted. There's a long way to go on this defense. I think the Raiders are doing the right way where you develop an offense, because I don't care how good your defense is. If you have a garbage offense, it's all for nothing, right? You got to score points. Defense is going to wear down. Whereas you have a good offense, you apply some pressure, and the defense gets a little bit of a boost, But that is kind of the overview of the Raiders. One of the worst teams in the game, but still a team you kind of almost want to root for every time. They are easily my second favorite team when it comes to just if the Packers were erased off the planet of the earth, that would be the team I'd probably move to be honest. I'd be like, hey, Raiders fan, let's go. Scheduled to get my Mark Davis haircut right now, baby. As we're going to get our first look at Ashton Jeanty here in training camp. Of course, let me know what team you guys want to see rebuilt next. I kind of just choose teams that I want to see rebuilt more than anything, as obviously there's a lot of teams that are being rebuilt at a high rate because of how popular they are, because of new players. The Raiders are surprisingly not as big of one. People are doing them as a franchise, but not, one-off videos as them as much. But obviously you get the Browns and the Jaguars and whatnot. But let me know who you'd like to see next. I think off the top of my head, if I were to choose one, maybe Patriots. Patriots could be next. Of course, spend a little bit of extra as, oh Lord, we got stopped. As we obviously used them for our main channel franchise last season. But yeah, Jeanty should easily knock these out. As long as you get that free skill point, that's all we're aiming for, really. Also, Michael Mayer, hopefully he comes back and shows everyone what he's capable of. Of course, not playing, not because of injury. So, whenever he's able to. I haven't really followed Michael Mayer too much in the offseason, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Maybe some of you Raiders fans can let me know, or fans in general. But hopefully everything's going well for him. I want to see that man on the field. I want to see him cooking up. And thankfully we got a gold with Jeanty, because I'll be real with you, I would have felt it would have been a bad omen if we didn't. And of course, every time I see 52, I'm thinking of the guy. And it sucks I can't do wide receiver. I'll try it, because you can usually kind of cheese the underneath slants. But I need to get, the older guys going for these training camps. As Myers, burned. I mean, that's just not even close. Cooked him. Oh, he's on us. Oh, my God. Oh, I hate this game. I missed by 57 points. Almost got it just doing 50s, which is kind of crazy. And for our scouts, we have these people. Nationally, we're probably going to be focusing on edge quite a bit. So edge, corner are kind of our top two needs. Quarterback, I don't think it's too hard to scout, right? You get an idea of, the top 5. You scout the 3 that are in your draft pick range, which could be pretty high because they're the Raiders. And then you just take the one you think looks the best. So the rest of the positions, a little bit harder to scout. That's the ones we're focusing on. And a little bit of gameplay here from week 1. We're on the road in Gillette Stadium going against the Patriots, and it's a rainy one. Knowing Gronk, he's going to slip off the top, and it's going to be a travesty. I wouldn't trust him up there on his own, let's be honest. Well, please, somebody get him down from there. And the Raiders start off with a bang. 14-0, by the way. 21-7. This is why I don't play on longer quarters, just so you're aware. 28-21 at halftime between these two teams. Just so you know. Things are getting kind of crazy over here. And on 3rd and 10, we're going to come in the second half. I don't want to play the whole damn thing. I want to play some snaps. Not the whole thing. Rainy weather. Let's see if we got anybody open. Jeanty is wide open. Potential touchdown. Foot race. He's going to beat Peppers, but not take it all the way. Christian Gonzalez, super speedy. Down to the 10. What a find. A lot of those yards that Gino had there added to the total. 225 was that with 2 touchdowns. Great throw, great find. Don't blitz us. Just don't. It's just the one thing you can't do. As Jeanty's already tired from that run, huh? And to the outside, Mostert try to spin, gets the spin, and our freaking touchdown! Nice play, but it's our wide receiver, Jacoby Myers, just not there. Not blocking anybody. Raheem Mostert, been doing it at a high level for a long time. You need a little bit of running help, bring him in. All that speed still there. Big moment of the game here. 3rd and 5. 35-28. And wow, what a hit! Knocked out, just a little too high from Drake May, maybe trying to just protect that ball. And, you know, you got to risk it sometimes, otherwise it's just not going to happen. And with that, we actually get the stop. And early in this fourth quarter, you can see a 3rd and 10 looming. Probably had Bowers there. And he just doesn't move. That's going to be intercepted. Not sure why Bowers doesn't see the wide open field upfield, and unfortunately that is going to be picked off. Sucks you can't, like, adjust him. Like, I could have dumped it down to Jeanty. He maybe gets it, but it's a lot to ask for, whereas, I mean, there's nobody on Bowers. Look how much room is, I mean, between him and the next guy who's basically playing wide receiver for us. Come on, Bowers. Obviously, we all know in real life that he would not make that mistake. Clearly not. 3rd and inches. It's a pretty big moment. 4th and inches. Wow, the defense just cooked so hard. 3rd and inches. They're going to get it. They will. And that will, I think, be the win. Nice. Raiders win 35-31 to start out the season. I know that's not exactly the gameplay people want to see. You want to see more than that. But, you know, at the end of the day, there's not really much to show. All right? Because I don't want to influence things, and I sure as hell don't want to watch the AI play. I'm going to be honest with you. I know some people like that, and I know some people like to actually, like, do it, too. You know, some people are watchers. That's not me. I would rather take a crap in my hands and clap. I'll just put it that way. That's all I'm going to say. Quite the activity. As we, of course, win both teams with a pick. Stokes, I'm going to have to apologize to him by the end of this rebuild, aren't I? Hey, Darian Porter's superstar dev. That's what I'm talking about. Not bad. Okay. Maybe it's never too late to chase your dreams. He's probably like, what do you mean? I'm not that old. to be fair, 24 as a rookie. It's kind of more common these days, but for me and Madden, yuck, never drafting them. All right, I would be very shocked if we just can't afford players throughout this rebuild, because, like, what are we doing in that case? How do you have no money and no players? What are you doing? Eric Stokes, of course, was a one-year contract. I'm going to be real with you. There is no chance in hell we are keeping Stokes, dude. I'm sorry, but it's not happening. Jermaine Pratt for sure will keep for a year. I know he's on the older side, but, you know, what are our options there? O-line, I don't know. Because I think we can draft. You know, O-line's not that hard to get. We can get him very late. You don't have to commit too much. Daniel Carlson, we'll do a 2-year for him. There you go. The second best Carlson kicker, obviously. Just so people know, there's some people that get super worked up. 90% what I say is maybe not that high, but a lot of what I say, it's troll, and I'm just kidding. Obviously, we know Anders Carlson's 10 times better than Daniel, clearly. Super up and down season, but there's still a chance. The craziest part of this is, you're thinking, oh, well, clearly I was about to say because he beat the Chiefs. They beat the Chiefs to get to the playoffs. No, we beat the Chiefs twice to get to the playoffs. Jeanty, the number 2 running back in the league. What a year, honestly. You can see here, really bad start, 1-4. Then we beat the Titans, and we beat the Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs twice to make the postseason. Of course, this could be a super long play by the Chiefs to be like, hey, yeah, the first one we tried to win our hardest, but the second time, you know, we won an easier. Nope, they lost. They went 6-11. Never mind. I was about to say, because they're trying to make it easier down the line for themselves. Nope, they lost. Gino, that's a pretty tough season. That is not good. Of course, a lot of rushing touchdowns. You throw 10 more his way, 24 touchdowns, 6 picks. That's pretty good. 3,000 yards, but that's not what happened, unfortunately. Lack of touchdowns overall for the team. Receiving numbers are bad. As much as I love that we made the playoffs, as much as I love that Jeanty's killing it, we will have no choice but to change the scheme, because otherwise none of these receivers are going to develop at all. But for now, we made the playoffs first year. I mean, unless we win a Super Bowl with this scheme, we will be changing it. But yeah, Jeanty, Offensive Rookie of the Year, could go to Superstar X Factor. I know you don't get a guaranteed dev up to X Factor with award wins, but he had that kind of year where he might just go up anyways. Of course, division rivalry. This Raiders team, dude, they're competing in the division, so who honestly knows? Getting a win with the Raiders, we just talked about, hadn't had a playoff win since 2002, technically 2003, the year itself, but the 2002 season would be pretty massive to start this thing out. And that's already a damn rebuild win, to be honest, but let's take a look at how these Chargers are going to handle this. This Raiders team, dude, they are motivated as the Chargers already get 7. Nice touchdown, though. It's 7 all. 10-7, not a bad start. 10-14. 17-14. And we have a lead at half. Of course, that lead is gone now. 4-point game, back up by 3. This Raiders team's competing, man. 3rd and 4, we definitely have to come in. This is a tough situation. I don't know if they're going to handle it. Let's run the ball. I mean, there's nobody here. Like, if we don't get this. And Jeanty, just enough speed to do it. 18 for 117. What a game. How they finish this drive out, of course, they have to have it. It's a 4-point deficit. 3rd and 1 conversion clutch. 3rd and 1 again. 4th and 1 now. Maybe not low percentage, just not high enough. As Jeanty's going to get stopped because our left guard left the play. That enough for me to not re-sign Dylan Parham, to be honest. One play, that's enough. Super, super frustrating. Defense got to make a stop. And they got the pick. All right, I wonder who that was. 4th and inches again. Let's see it. Let's see if we get it. And there, obviously, it works. There's nobody lined up over the center. Come on, offense. Oh, I don't like that. 4th and 7, you got to go for this. I don't agree. Oh, I didn't see that guy, but it doesn't matter. Bowers is so fast. He's down to the 1. The guy didn't see it, thankfully. He was too busy covering someone else. 1 yard away, they get it. 3-point lead with 3 minutes left. 3rd and 8. They get the conversion. You got to be kidding me. Should have came out on the field there. Bring the blitz. Everyone's way off. And we can't chase him. Eichenberg over pursues, but Max Crosby finishes the play. That will be a field goal. Or not. I don't know why I thought that was 3rd down. I reverse Brady'd it. Relevant to the Raiders, I suppose. And they're at the 12-yard line, so everything's relevant. I thought we had it. He holds on. You've got to be kidding me. Lamacaki holds on to that. That's insane. Look at this catch. Look at this. How? Clock's running. Oh, wow, it's running far. I'm glad we didn't fix that glitch, EA. Super fun. Bowers, a lot of yards. Stop fighting. Thank you. Outside. No. I don't want to take Jeanty. And instead I take that. Oh, my. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. It's just... What? Oh, wow. What a hit by Gino. What can I do with that throw to Jeanty? Like, nothing. So when you see us dictate games and, influence them in a positive way, we end up winning games and Super Bowls because of our play. Just remember these moments where we also completely blow it for the team. All right? Just remember those moments where I'm sure it's pretty hard to forget what you just seen. That is disgusting. But yeah, just don't forget these moments when we win Super Bowls because we, overplay our roster because we make a really good read. Because most of the time that's not the case. Rams, Ravens, I actually see the Ravens struggle and the Rams even early on very often. So kind of surprised to see this be the case. The Ravens doing very well. Let's take a look at the DevOps. Did Jeanty go up? I'm curious. And he did. Wow, 92 overall X Factor. Safe to say that guy's going to be on the team for a while. Take a look at what his dev up looked like. There you go. 7,000 XP as well. X Factor upgrade just from the season he had alone. Don't think we had anything else going for ourselves here. No one else devved up. Besh is 77. Thornton a 73. O-line moved up a little bit. 76 right tackle. 77 right guard. Defensively, Porter, of course, the superstar with that breakout. Lonnie Johnson goes up in dev, but it really doesn't matter too much. Like, he's already, 27? Or am I mixing him up with someone else? 30. Wow. That's an old man. When I see someone peeking through my windows at 1 a.m. Ah, look, an old man. Let's take a look at the Raiders, see if they had any retirements. Raheem Mostert, we just talked about being a nice backup piece. Gone. Just like that. You say, hey, he's a guy you can trust and you want him on your team, and nope. And Devontae Adams is a free agent. Hey, I wonder if he'd like to go to the Raiders. Of course, Stokes, I would do a 1 year. We're desperate. We need a corner. Don't tell him we're desperate. That's just makes me feel weird. And, I mean, I know he can't develop, but Tyree Wilson was decent for us. How much does he want? That is too much. Oh, the 5th year. Okay, never mind. He's still on the team. Okay. We have unlimited money. Of course, Devontae Adams is legitimately there. You have Jaquan Brisker. The problem is he is another type of safety we don't need. I need someone deep. Ooh, Greg Newsome. This feels like a Raiders signing, though. I'm going to offer him quite a bit of money because even this is probably not enough. Give me Greg Newsome or give me Death. Well, don't give me Death, actually, but just give me Greg Newsome. Rasheed Walker. We actually found a way to sign him. Check out that Packers rebuild in case you missed it. We did a pretty good job, I think. I can't believe, oh, yeah, we made the playoffs, so we can't even get a QB. This is tough sledding. Wide receiver, it's a need, but not the guys we're seeing here. Guard's a need, not the guys we're seeing here. DT's a massive need, but again, not the guys we're seeing here. So, yeah, I mean, we go for one player. I guess Bobby. I mean, nobody wants Bobby Wagner. I have all the money in the world. I'll pay a one-year deal for a really good linebacker. Even if we don't ever win the Super Bowl, that's okay. Because as long as we win some playoff games, it's more than they're probably going to do in real life. But obviously, the goal is a Super Bowl. Also, Nick Cross is a free agent. I'm willing to pay quite a bit here. 4-year 26 is kind of theft for him, so with him still being damn young, I am down to grab him. And we actually do get the 3 players you're looking for. The biggest one of the bunch, obviously Greg Newsome. Stokes moves to the 3 spot. We actually have a pretty good group of corners now. Nick Cross adds to the DB room again. And then, of course, Bobby Wagner is an amazing one-year linebacker. This team loves their veteran linebackers. Well, that kind of sucks. Nothing that you would think because, we're pick 20. Browns have 2 picks in the top 2. Both top 2 picks. But, yeah, I'm on an offline because there's an update in the morning and I don't want my rebuild to be canceled midway through. So, did offline, nothing should be a problem, right? You actually even get faster load-ups and whatnot. Problem is I can't back out to fix the draft board because for some reason you can't save throughout the draft and you also, the quick save isn't working. So, hopefully after I make a selection, that'll fix that. But looking at some of our players, you got some QBs. You have a 1-2 in Firth, Dorian Firth. B at deep, B medium, A short, A under pressure. Not bad. Actually, somebody I would definitely take if they're near our pick. You also do have a couple of other guys. This guy kind of looks like one of those sneaky, quick, star dev quarterbacks. Do also have some edge rushers, which this is one of the deeper edge classes I've seen, so it's going to be hard for me to pass on that position. A lot of options here, and yeah, we definitely need to, in my opinion, end up with QB and or edge rushers. So we'll see what we can do with this one. I really think QB would be smart here, but we made the playoffs with Geno. Do you give Geno one more year maybe? Possibly. I'm not sure. And Firth goes to the Steelers anyways, so that one's kind of irrelevant. We're sitting at 13 now. Bears at 14. See if edge is a possibility. We have Almas, who's a little bit on the slower side. Sanchez, who is a fine player. Moore, who's okay, but a little bit on the slower side. And then Mills, the guy I want the most. He's a 1-2. A power move, C block shed, pretty damn fast. Mills is definitely the guy that I want the most. I think he's just, wow. They just jumped and took him. I'm going to take another look at the guy that we do want and see if we want to make the trade up because, yeah, I don't want to lose him. So, Sanchez looks good too. A finesse. I mean, he looks just as good, if not better. So let's go to the Cowboys. I just didn't think that Mills would go first. That's why, I had him as the guy I wanted the most because, well, I thought he would be the last one there. But no, I mean, this guy's really good too. So hopefully it doesn't cost us much more than this. Shouldn't be. Like a future 6. Hopefully should get the job done. Hate having to get rid of this 4th round pick, but so be it. As long as we get this edge rusher, who hopefully is good. Ended up costing us a lot more than we were hoping it would, but we got the trade. We kept the majority of our good picks, so that's good. But let's take a look at this edge rusher now. Mr. Josh Sanchez, automatically the starting edge, opposite side of Crosby. 13th true talent, and hidden dev. There you go. I almost always expect normal dev from an edge rusher, so that is a great draft pick. Glad to see it. Moving on to the next round, we can't trade up. We simply can't afford to. Quarterback's still an option, but they are gone, unfortunately, so we are going one more year without going QB for sure. I didn't really expect DT to still be here, especially this high of a DT. 2-3 is concerning, though, so while I do think there's a chance he's hidden, I think this is where we trade down. We end up getting a high 3rd, high 4th with this trade down to the Browns. And we will be moving on to that pick itself. See what we want to do with the thing. I looked at this QB, didn't look great. That throw power is better. I would probably just take a chance, but now I can't. With that throw power, it's just questionable at best. And then, you know what? I'm going to take this DT, Mark Santos. He's a day 3, but these day 3ers have been going higher and higher. So we'll see what we can do there. 40 true talent. That's not bad. Damn, normal dev. I was really obviously hoping for hidden. Next pick, we have that 4th round pick from the Browns. One of these picks will be a lineman, probably that pick itself. Do we take another DT? They're UDFAs. What about Clifford? He is fast. Change directions iffy. I mean, I need someone to develop at linebacker. 38 true. And Nev, there you go. All right, redeems the DT a little bit. Not by much, because our DTs are already normal anyways, so basically the same what we've already had. And we do need a corner or a lineman, so suppose we take whoever the best is here, which in my opinion is actually Morley. He is a pretty damn good pass blocker, so I always bet on those guys. Weird build for guard, I suppose. 71 true. Hidden dev. But that's where he's going to be playing, replacing Dylan Parham. Pick 20 in the 7th round, probably where we go yet another lineman. And unfortunately, there will not be one. But there's this edge rusher, Ben Blair. Why not? Day 3 with a UDFA true talent. Well, projected talent. 116 true talent. And yeah, he's a good backup, but like high 60s, low 70s. Pretty good for that round, but obviously not going to really turn that into much. Didn't quite get the draft we were wanting to, but the edge rusher, 77 overall, with the edge rusher, with the fact that we got a lot through free agency, I think we had an overall good offseason, whether the draft was amazing or not. Josh Sanchez does look amazing, though. 86 finesse, highest finesse I've probably ever drafted in a Madden rebuild, just because they're higher this year. Dev, star, would have loved to see higher, but that's fine. Definitely want to see the guy that was taken before us. Man, they got to fix these glitches, though. Like, these UI, like, background glitches and all that, it's pretty bad, dude. And Santos, 82 finesse. We'll find a spot for him to start somewhere, I imagine. And then 74 overall for the linebacker. I imagine we're going to put him at the will spot. Take a look at what those ratings look like. Coverage is a little iffy, but obviously fast and hidden. That's definitely all that matters. Also how I roam around my neighborhood at nights. Star dev. And then the final player that kind of matters to us, Mr. Morley, not Worley. More of a tackle than a guard. But he's going to be our left guard nonetheless. Looked pretty good with the pass blocking, and Dev is star. So there you go, brand new left guard. Let's take a look at the edge rusher we could have had. Also the QBs, I suppose we do want to see. Holy crap, 84 overall. Excuse me. 84 overall hidden. I'm not even going to look at the dev, because let's be real. Like, that's not superstar eyes matter, then what's even the point? Of course, he's insane regardless, so I probably would look at the dev if it wasn't so slow to actually go in and check. Firth, 73 overall. Please be normal. Please be normal. Please be normal. I'll feel so much better about letting him fall. Well, go to a different team. No! I don't need this in my life. Probably will be moving to the Chiefs playbook, by the way, just because I have a lot of players I want to throw to. And more importantly, I need Brock Bowers to get some stats. I can't be wasting Brock Bowers on these streets. That's a travesty. And then my game just like freezes, I guess. Awesome. Here's that quarterback, by the way, the mid-second round QB hidden development trait, like we kind of suspected. Just don't be superstar. I don't ask for much. And his dev is, of course, superstar. Why did I ignore my instincts? Take a look at Spencer Mills. He has to have a higher dev than star. Otherwise, he was not as good because he is a lower overall. Definitely looks worse off rip. So if he's not at least superstar, we did actually get lucky. And yeah, we actually got lucky. Thank you, Bears. All right, season 2. Obviously, the wide receiver is still a little low. We do still have to do our training camp. So Myers could go to like an 86 plus. And then obviously we can get Geno back to 80 probably as well. Outside of really like quarterback, wide receiver, which, you know, maybe one of these wide receivers can still develop. Not too bad on offense. We're looking pretty good there. And then defensively, still looking a little raw, but we still have a shot to be special. The edge looks great. Corners look pretty good. DBs look good. I mean, if the edge and DBs can just carry that interior, it should be still a decent team. I mean, we just made the playoffs with what we had last year. We're better this year. See if we can go back-to-back with the Raiders, which would be very surprising. Wait, I didn't even notice that the wide receiver battle gives you 2 skill points. I was actually able to get the 2 with the current bug, just doing 50s. So Jakobi Meyers is going to be an 87 overall. That is actually pretty damn impressive. I mean, he starts at an 83, get him to an 87 while he's being that old is pretty nice, obviously. Oh, higher. Forget what I said, 87. Could go to 88, it seems. Wait, what? Did it double? Are you kidding me? Or maybe because the auto's on, it just auto did it. I don't know. Either way, 87 overall, Jakobi Meyers, baby. All right, we got some new scouts. Wasn't a perfect fit across the board, but, you know, we have wide receiver, DT Mike. Having a pretty decent season. Jeremy Chin, I don't love the depth of years, but a 2-year 21, or maybe 2-year, I don't know, 22. We can bump it slightly, it'd be great. Stokes, maybe we'll do another 1 year, but we don't have to anymore. Pratt, probably not. And it's crazy that Mayer already needs a contract. Maybe we keep him as a backup. Tyree Wilson, a lot cheaper than that 5th year was kind of telling us. I mean, a lot of these guys you don't absolutely need, so I don't know if we're even going to pay them outside of Chin. So we're choking on the season hard. If we win this game, we move to the playoffs guaranteed in the 7th seed. So we're coming into this final game of the year and trying to see if we can beat the Denver Broncos. They're 13-3, which is crazy because last time I seen the Chiefs, they were a 2-11 team. I get it, the playbooks don't matter as much as before, but at the same time, oh my, the sim might be arguably worse. Let's see how the team performs without us. 7 points to start. 14 total to start. 21-0. Maybe we don't even need to come into the game at all. 21-3. Halftime 28-3, 28-6, 28-14. Broncos aren't done yet. 17-point lead, 10-point lead. That 17-point lead might be enough to win it. We don't even have to come out on the field. This Raiders team crushed it. 48-21. Awesome. Yeah, we don't even need to play. We just let it happen. Take a look at the stats for this game. Geno Smith, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. I would say maybe the playbooks do matter, but we have the Chiefs playbook on, and the Chiefs played like crap this year, so I don't know what to think. But with that win, like I said, I think we're guaranteed a playoff spot. Let's find out if that actually is true or not. Beat the Chiefs, I think, twice on the year again, and then here we are against the Broncos. Oh, no. I don't know if that's good or not. Maybe that once again, the long haul finally is true. The Ravens 16-1, by the way. Playing the long game, they let us in the playoffs to have us as their opponent. Of course, it's a decent season, then lost 2 of the last 3. Take away those 2 losses, we're 12-5 team. That's really good. Jeanty, speaking of really good, 3rd for rushing stats. Geno, way better passing. Obviously, Jeanty was amazing. Dude is killing it. I mean, I don't know about the consistency across the board. Look at these receivers. Decent, especially Thornton. Colton Miller was garbage. Fantastic. But is he the best running back in the league already? Of course, Max Crosby breaks an NFL record, 23.5 sacks. Sanchez with 12.5 as a rookie. Santos 9.5 as a rookie. This was a hell of a year, dude. Kicking was clean. Punting was good. Unbelievable season. See what kind of awards we got. Obviously, Sanchez is going to win Rookie of the Year. It'd be crazy if he doesn't. Offensive Player of the Year with Jeanty as well. Crosby, Defensive Player of the Year. Wait. I'm looking at the wrong side of the ball. Sanchez, defense. Jeanty, number 1 running back. Crosby, killed it. Got a bunch of awards here, and, back-to-back playoff berths. Not berths for the Las Vegas Raiders. 86 overall to the 85 overall Broncos. We're higher than them, and we still sort of need QB. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to ride with it. Someone maybe even say for a short period in time, let's ride. As we had a really good drive, get nothing. They get nothing, but we get a touchdown back afterwards. And I know it's early, and we only have 14 points, not game over, but we're looking almost just as good as that final game. As you can see here, not so much. 7-point lead, 10 minutes in the 4th, 3rd and 10, 4th and 10. Touchdown wins you this game. 3rd and inches, got to get this. We need this. And they almost get that free rush. Basically free rush off the edge. Jeanty not having a great day, but you know what? If the team wins, it's a great day for everyone involved. As 3rd and 2 again, come on. Huge first down. Still moving down the field, and that would have been it hadn't he thrown an interception, and then right afterwards, Nick Cross takes it right back. And with it, we'll get a touchdown. I have honestly never seen that in Sim. 4th and 20, they don't get it. And wow, Denver and their fans must hate these Raiders. 28-14. 13-4 team goes down. Back-to-back weeks. That is wild. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that. Back-to-back interceptions. AI. It's crazy. Geno Smith, pretty good. I know he threw the 2 picks, but better than Bo Nix, obviously. Rushing, pretty damn similar for both sides. Jacoby Myers killed it. Bowers was great. Sack totals, not much going on for us. The rookies coming in clutch. Interception for Cross. Oh, I forgot about the Ravens, dude. Actually, there's no point. I was about to say, well, who do they beat? Well, it doesn't matter because they had a bye week. Ew, that's tough. But we're not too far off of them. I know they're at home, but any given Sunday, just keep reminding yourself, even when we're down 25-0, what a weird score, by the way. Keep it to your, keep in mind. All right, end of the game. Come on, Raiders. There you go. Start of 7. They get 7 back. They get 14 now, and it begins. Our offense is basically punting at the moment they get it. 14-17, 14-24. 24-21. All right, we're a little early with this slow sim. Intercepted. 3rd and 8, got to get it. To the outside. Besh, first down. Huge. Start of the 4th quarter here, and this team is driving for a potential lead. Gordon's got speed, so you obviously keep him on a go route, just in case they give a look. And I don't know if they did or not, but Besh drops it, so now we have to kick it from 55 yards. This team is a disaster. Wind against us. And we miss it. We pretty much need all the power there. That's not even true. We actually had room. Nothing wants to go our way. And with this, 3rd and 1, I mean, if you don't get this stop, it's basically over. Run commit, I think, is a smart move. And it's a read option. Jeremy Chin cooks him from the backside. Pause for what seems to be a field goal. 6-point game. I mean, sure, let's just go back 400 yards. The punt puts them in field goal range. That is crazy. This team is not ready for this at all. Like, they're just not even close, apparently. Like, why are they making these stupid mistakes? Are you getting sacked like 3 times in a row? Oh, my God. Yeah, instantly just knew he did not fall for that. Game over. Was there a hot patch for the Ravens scheme? Because they were losing a lot of games in pretty much every rebuild I was doing early on. Even our Panthers franchise, I'm pretty sure they're playing really poorly. 21-30. It could have been worse, though, against a team that is literally the best in the league, mind you. So, could have been worse. At least we made it close enough. Geno technically outplayed Lamar as well. Unfortunately, Jeanty, he had one big run, and that was it. No run game at all for the team. Besh was amazing. When you look at those numbers, it's a pass rush, dude. That Ravens defense, we're going to that Ravens defense. I don't care if, people say that it's not the playbooks. 30 sacks, more than 30 sacks between the 2 edge rushers alone. Ravens, Lions, Super Bowl. Seen that a lot lately. Even, at the end of Madden 25, we were seeing that. And the Ravens are seeing a loss in their not even future, just now. Of course, you can see we have a lot of money, so hopefully some big names come up because we can actually... And there goes Geno Smith retiring. We could actually kind of accelerate this thing a bit. Besh now moving into our number 2 spot. I talked about Thornton already. Just, he's never developed for me, and it seems like that is going to be the case yet again here. I know he's not the oldest guy in the world, but already 24 years old. It's old enough at 76 overall that... I don't know. I don't know if we see him as a long-term guy. Genty's already at 99, which is ridiculous. Sanchez goes to superstar as expected. No one else goes up in dev, and then Bobby Wagner does retire. I can't believe Santos didn't go, but dev, either way, 81 overall is great. Go to the retirements, show you who actually all retired. We obviously know a few of them. Bobby's gone, Kappa's gone, Adam Butler's gone, then Geno. Kind of rude to the running back, but yeah, whatever. Kind of a backup anyways. TJ Watt's already gone. Damn, players are retiring. No more of this 35, 36, 37 kind of range. They're going early. Brock Bowers, $16 million tag on the 5th year. Definitely going to pay that. That is worth it. And then I don't care about anyone else here. Let's move to free agency. I beg of some talent, especially at the positions we need. I beg of it. Kyle Hamilton, okay. Marlon Humphrey, I don't know if I really need corner. Zay Flowers, especially since it's literally from the Ravens, I kind of want him. Like, I feel like this would hurt them a little bit mentally. And, oh, wow, we don't even have a clean look. I thought we had this wrapped up in a bag. But, yeah, Besh, I still think he's a good slot receiver, so wouldn't want to move him from there. And really, am I missing something that we're not high enough here? 4-year 104. Are we on the list? Finally. Realistically, probably not, though. Leonard Williams is a slam dunk. I have no idea if he's actually an 88 overall, but he's got to be at least 84. He's a pretty damn good player, although the regressions maybe beg to differ, the 84. Oh, they have Jameson here, too. Maybe we do go left field. Just because I don't know if we're going to get Zay. There's 3 teams, and one of them is the Eagles. Why would they choose us? Why would he choose us over them? And then Anthony Richardson wants a bag. I can't afford any of these guys. We're like completely banking on the draft. That's actually crazy. And sadly, we not only don't guarantee Leonard, but Zay Flowers is gone, which that's fun. We'll say Jameson Williams, I don't know why I said it like that, is still here. I guess there's a chance at him after all. We need wide receiver still somewhat bad. Nobody's really offering him a real deal. I mean, I'm down for these contracts. We seemingly get him. Let's see. We get them both. Nice. Big contract for Leonard. Pretty damn big contract for Jameson as well. Might, with the overalls kind of changing, move Jacoby Myers to the slot. I kind of like him in that position. Pause. All right, we're in the draft, and the Chiefs had the first pick overall. Dolphins at 2, Cardinals at 3. Could arguably get away going all the way to 3 for QB. Couple of quarterbacks here. One that is obviously the best of the bunch in Austin Dillon. Elite throw power, 4.66 speed. I can't imagine him going higher than 3, right? So I know it's going to cost us a lot to get there, but we have no QB. We have to do whatever we can to get to this spot. I don't care what it costs us. We got to get a quarterback, specifically this quarterback, I think. See what we can do. I don't know how much it's going to cost us, but I'm willing to spend it all. And they take this trade, first, second, third, Thornton, Eichenberg, and Blair for pick 3 overall. I mean, they do get a bid. It's just 26 is so far down. I hate that the freaking thing is glitched, and I can't really do anything about it, but Austin Dillon, please be hidden, dude. He's got, round 1, he's got to be 74 overall, right? 73, 74 overall minimum. 7 true talents, about 74, 75 on average. Dev. Hidden Dev, 96 throw power, slower than I would have thought, but that is a, look at that face. What the hell was that? That is a franchise-looking quarterback in my book. We still actually get a DT here, which is kind of insane. Please be hidden. 57 true, that's good. Normal. Damn, if he was Hidden Dev, that would have been a pretty damn good draft. So obviously, we're going to be missing a little bit here. Not much. I think we did a pretty good job as is in free agency, but going to be still missing a little bit. And we find ourselves another pass-blocking type of offensive lineman, Ben Grady, not Grady. 49 true talent. Hidden Dev, the O-line, dude. They love to give you those hidden O-line. We'll take it. Please don't change that, EA. And for the fullback, Vincent, 4.740. Let's grab him, why not? 290, that's why not. Oh my, 290 true. You really can't get much worse than that. Take a look at that draft recap. 79 overall. Bro, that was the 7th ranked player. And he's a 79. I mean, it is kind of fun and a little wild, some of the players that we're seeing here, but they probably do need to tone these down a little bit, right? These classes are insane. While they kind of like lowered down the real life classes, the game ones are over the top, like our throwing style. And he's a superstar. I'm getting Big Ben vibes, let's be real. That is like, they really want that guy to be Big Ben, it seems. But yeah, that's a great draft pick, obviously. Totally worth the trade up. Definitely. But the big thing I got to see now is, who the hell were the 6 guys higher than a 79 overall? Or at least at 79 overall, because I think you can tie, and then they give it to some other people. But you can see 2 of them at least. One's a tight end, one's a DT, one's a left tackle, one's a wide receiver. Strong safety, corner. Wow. They were legit, too. They weren't just not, a bunch of 79s. They were legit better. 82 overall tight end. That is kind of crazy. I want to do my simming 30 years of drafts video, but there's no point in doing that when they have this super slow load up. If we look at 200 players, times that by 5+ seconds, that adds up a lot. Like 17 seconds just about of just loading the player card. That doesn't even count like looking at the stats. Here's the team for season 3. It's crazy that we're not going to lose a step at QB. Going from a 79 overall quarterback to a 79 overall quarterback as a rookie is kind of wild. Offense, receivers looking a little bit better. Jameson Williams and Besh, hopefully the long-term options. O-line, I would love to see that right side of the line develop a little bit quicker, but same with the center, Powers Johnson. And then, of course, we already see Jeanty's a 99 overall. I don't know how this is fair, but I guess so. When you put up 30,000 yards in 2 seasons, just on the ground alone, you do kind of deserve to be one of the best, if not the best running back in the league. And then defensively, we really sold that linebacker. We have to get Troy Anderson and freaking Akeem Davis-Gaither, all these guys sitting in the number 2 and 3 spots. Looking at the rest of the team, D-line, you got Leonard Williams now, who is inflated a little bit by that rush DT spot, but he's still 82 plus overall. And then obviously Santos, we're hoping he continues to develop. 85 overall team, capable of beating and keeping at least close with some really good teams. You just never know with this team. Could end up doing something special. And of course, those 2 free skill points, I'm actually going to be going with Jameson. I think Besh and Jameson Williams could be long term, whereas Myers, even if we get the +2 here, maybe 2 more seasons at the most. This one included, of course. All right, scouting, wide receiver, DT, and then another DT, probably nationally. And more contract negotiations. Jackson Power. I mean, at this point, we don't have to worry. We got our quarterback for another 4 seasons minimum. So let's just pay everybody. And even if I didn't want to pay him, that contract's too good not to. So, I mean, yeah, we wanted to, but in case we didn't want to, Jacoby Myers, I actually don't know what he's going to look like regression-wise. He becomes the wide receiver 3 with a little bit of regression after the year. I mean, we really don't have to pay many people here. So, I mean, free agency needs to start heating up a little bit because we're just letting this money just do nothing. Win or lose, we are in the playoffs, so no point in even playing that final game. Ironically enough, against the Broncos as well, who are now like 5-12. What the hell happened to them? You see that the Chiefs also missed the playoffs yet again, and Ravens number 1 seed at 13-4. We go 11-6, which is a slightly improved season. We were doing even better than that. We had a little bit of a slide, but we kind of recovered ourselves. You can see here, look at even it's a crazy amount of losses there. That is 5 losses out of 7 games. But you know what? We ended up winning enough. We're in the playoffs. Dylan might have won MVP as a rookie. So say what you will about playbooks not being everything. They kind of still sort of are. They still dictate a lot of stats, and win-loss seemingly is dictated. Didn't change the defense. Oh my. Raiders defense might be goated unless we're just getting lucky as hell. Max Crosby 20, 17 for Sanchez, 12.5 for Santos, 11 for Williams. Newsom with 5 picks. You really couldn't ask for a better season on all sides of the ball, really. I guess it's 2 sides of the ball. Dylan, the 3rd place MVP guy. Obviously, that's going to be Rookie of the Year as we get Defensive Player of the Year with Crosby as well. Not that Dylan really needs it, but should go to Superstar X Factor anyways. Dylan, best QB 2. Jeanty, best running back 2. O-line, got some guys on the list. Any actual award wins, and another one for Crosby. Newsom's a superstar. This is a hell of a year. Let's see if we can cap it off with a Super Bowl win as well. It's going to be tough, but 89 to the 85 overall Dolphins. It's a rainy one in Miami. Of course, they get a home game at 9-8. We are on the road at 11-6. Super fair there as we see a 7-0 start for the Dolphins. Starting out strong, 3-7. Defense is doing well for us. Offense got to do a little bit better. They do get the lead. Halftime will still stay the same score. We get a field goal. They get a field goal. We get a field goal. They get nothing. A touchdown would win it, and unfortunately, we don't. 8 minutes left. 3rd and 5 going to come into the game here. This is a pretty big moment of the game. We got to get some pressure. Feel better about the team without us on the field, to be fair, but let's do it. Look at all the mud. Try to get a hand up, and there is no one on Tyreek Hill. I'm surprised he's even still here. Little disappointing there as they are continuing to move. Second and 14, third and 2. Yeah, let's try to get this stop, so they'll do that. And we're not going to get a stop. There's nobody over the middle. Bad defense. Knew it was bad defense the moment we hiked it, too. And second and 7, third and 1. Down to the 2. And delayed handoff will almost get it with all the bounce-offs. And here they are again, trying from 2-yard line now. Everyone covered up. We just got to cover the tight end here if he runs a route, which he will. And we can't get him. I thought we had that. I can't believe how quick that guy was, though. He came out running. 2:13, just need a field goal. Driving down the field pretty nicely here. Clock is running. Wow, they might actually score too quickly. And I can't believe how many times they just went down there. They got the field goal, wasted time. It was a great drive, but how do you not finish out with the touchdown? Unless they were choosing to go and waste the clock for the field goal, which, if that's the case, that's a step up from EA. Holy crap. It's actually insanely good coding compared to what we're used to. Raiders do win. Moving on. Quarterback, no touchdowns. Did have one on the ground with Jeanty, though. Overall, though, team absolutely needs to score more when they have a chance. You got 4 field goals. Could have lost because of that. Got to get more touchdowns. But so far, off to a pretty good start in this thing, right? And then we have the Ravens. We're a better overall than the Ravens now. Keep that in mind. Lost by 9 when they were the better team. Let's see what happens this time when we're the better team. End of the first quarter, 0-0. That was going to be a touchdown drive or a field goal drive every day of the week. Points of some sort. 7-3, 10-3, 10 all. Ravens are now winning. 3rd and inches. Did they get it? They did get it. It's a huge touchdown drive. Come on, there you go. 4th and 3, we get the stop. Any sort of score gives you the lead. A really good punt, to be fair, but 3rd and 9, 4th and 3, 7 minutes left. Offense has a chance. They are converting. 3rd and 10 is a big moment, which, of course, means by default we are going to choke this for the team. Williams, Bash, Bowers. And that's a really good timing ball. Bowers, unbelievable athleticism. First down. Beautiful play. Bowers just gunned it. Huge penalty drive. 3rd and 6, another big moment. As they leave Jeanty wide open. Can't switch hands for the stiff arm, but to the 7 on the first down. Dylan's playing pretty well right now. Offense in position to score a touchdown. They do, but the Ravens have 3 whole minutes to try and score another one themselves. 3rd and 6, they convert. 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. Huge penalty on 3rd and 10. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 4. Gotta get a stop. Underneath. And we're going to, of course, somehow see Lamar push through 3 players. Do they not have timeouts? 15 seconds left. I guess they're going to take them into overtime. If there is overtime, how are we not getting him? Lamar Jackson scrambles for the touchdown. Wait, they try to get sneaky. They went for 2 to Mark Andrews of all players and failed. We're moving on to the championship round. I didn't even think of that. I thought, with everything that's gone on in this game and, recent history with 2-point conversions and whatnot, they would just kick the extra point, go to overtime. No, they went for it. Defense gets the stop, and we're moving on. Wow. I'm impressed. Dylan, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Lamar Jackson, very inaccurate. Rushing Lamar Jackson, the best running back in the freaking game. Williams and Bowers were great. Sacks 2 for Crosby, 1.5 for Green. Dude, Mike Green has been destroying us. Loop had one of his field goals blocked, by the way, and they only lost by 1. That's gotta hurt. And here we are, the Chargers. How did we play against them? That's not what we wanted while we're here. Let's take a look. 3 by the Texans. 10. Nope, that's the wrong team. 4 to the Bills. Let's take a look at how we played them on the season, though. I can't remember. Lost to them the first game. Lost to them the second game. Fantastic. I'm sure this will go well for us. At SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Division rival winner goes to the Super Bowl. 14-0. It's a good start. Not over, though. Huge touchdown for the Chargers. Huge answer for us with a touchdown ourselves. That might be it. 28-7 into the fourth quarter. Looking strong. 28-14. Game's not over. Good drive. That'll be it. 35-21. Raiders moving on to the Super Bowl. We've built a decent team. We have really good skill position players. Edge is solid, but Is it the playbook? I mean, we have an amazing QB, to be fair. He is very good without the playbook, to be honest. 4 sacks, Crosby, 2 for Sanchez. What a game pass rush had. But at the same time, we are exceeding even my own expectations with the new, change up to playbook. So like sort of California wins-ish, I guess, kind of. Not like relevant anymore, but it's still like, well, come on, dude. It's been like, what, 2 minutes? Either way, Niners win by 7 over the Rams. A lot of LA going on around here. They win by 14 over the Falcons. Then they beat the Dallas Cowboys by 21. They are getting worse with games going on, it seems, though. So maybe that plays a factor. I don't know. Before we do anything, though, let's take a look. I'm always going to mix those two up. Take a look at any potential deficit we'd had, which, of course, Dylan is an X factor. 87 overall X factor, deserves it to be first. 79 overall at the gate, and had the greatest quarterback season literally of all time for a rookie. Unbelievable accuracies, but yeah, remember that. Yeah, the greatest passing season for a rookie ever. Almost won MVP. Chin's superstar is new. Newsome superstar, I believe, is new. Pretty big DevOps here, actually. Some of the older DBs on the team making a splash in the development department, as we are going to be headed on to the final game against the Niners. I mean, we'll very much so likely play another 2 seasons anyway, see if we can get the 2 out of 3, but at least we can hopefully say that we've hoisted at least 1 Lombardi in this rebuild. Come on, Niners, don't do it to us. Right to left seems to be us. Niners start off with 7. Oh, they have all the control. They are dominating us right now. Like, this is pure dominance. Can kind of just tell the way this is going. Should have probably slowed some. That might have been able to turn that into a drive. 14-7 at half. 21-7. 21-14. 24-14. 2nd and 20. 2nd and 15. 3rd and 15. Come on, O. Gotta do better than this, man. Not even sure what this Niner defense still has other than Fred Warner. That route sucked so much. Williams literally got outran by a safety, a slow safety, mind you. Holy crap, that was some garbage route running. 3rd and 10, no conversion. Okay, offense. Chance to cut this a little bit. Nice. Come on, dude. 3rd and goal, you got to go for this. I know it's saying not to, but you got to. They are 100% stopping this. We could get this, actually. Let's run left. Power play. If we didn't get that because our own lineman got in the way, what a call. Down 3. 9 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Come on, D. Wow. Come on, D. Give him 15 free yards. 2nd and 19. This is it. 3rd and 13. This is the moment of the game where if you don't get the stop here, you might as well just kiss this one goodbye. This is your best chance by far. Out of field goal range if they don't gain significant yardage. I'd even argue running if I was them. And that is going to be some yards. Might get a field goal, but still a stop. A touchdown would give us the lead, but also still not a guarantee field goal. I don't even know if spamming it's the best way to do it or not. As they're going to barely slice it. 6-point game, 7 minutes left. What a game, though, am I right? Oh! Jeanty! 70-yard touchdown, first play. I don't know how I feel about it, though. It's a 1-point game, and they have all this clock. 3rd and 1, this is the moment. Run commit. It's still not enough half the time. And they're going to call it short. If they do hit it, though, we at least have a chance. Who the hell is wearing 81? Oh, my Lord, it just barely gets in. 2-point game. Slightly over 2 minutes. The defense did its job. Offense should love this situation they're in. Moving the ball down the field. Oh, no. I got to come out here for this. Hopefully they don't see the screen. Oh, my God. The quarterback doesn't get it off. That's crazy. That coverage is genuinely insane. These are the sliders we have for our freaking Panthers franchise. I wish it was someone faster than Myers on this, though. Jameson! Over the top! Touchdown! We should have fell down. Yeah, I mean, it's a 6-point game. They at least have to hit the extra point. Could block it. Ah, please. Don't do it to us. They're moving. from the 35-yard line. Prevent time, Hail Mary. They have 2 shots at it. I can't believe Jameson. That's why you get speed. Speed, every Madden since the dawn of time, is the king. Holy crap. It went right off of one of their guys' hands. And they get to do it again. That is crazy. Come on, Max. Get in there. He's going to get it up there again, dude. Picked off. Good job, Stokes. Stokes celebrating. That's something you'd probably do there, too. We win the Super Bowl. 36-30. My voice is basically gone. Who's number 70, dude? He looks like he's dying. Like he literally got shot in the stomach and is walking off. Okay, we get it. What are we doing? Can I have the celebration? There it is. The Las Vegas Raiders have won a Super Bowl. The moment we lose Geno Smith, we have a career NFL, franchise record season with a rookie quarterback who is amazing already. And the team as a whole wins a Super Bowl. Very impressive. We love to see that for us. We've had a pretty good track record so far. I know we've had some coach firings, but we definitely have had a great track record so far. And with that, I've hoisted another Lombardi. Season 3. Is it the first season 3-er? Might be. I think we've had a 5, 2, and a 4. And then maybe another 4. I can't remember. I don't know if we've had a 3. Maybe we did have a 3. Have we had one of each and then this is the first dupe? I don't remember. Either way, what a year. Dylan did throw 2 picks, but he had a great game overall. I still can't believe that throw to Jameson. We're going to have to take a look at it. All the touchdowns in the world. Sacks. Holy crap. Look at all the sacks. A lot of blitzes. Perfect kicking and a win for the Raiders. Again, you've seen it. Insane coverage on 3rd down. And I'll even show you guys because we are, once again, we are on an offline save. I admit it because I'm afraid of, well, not afraid of, but I just don't want to have to wait for when they do an update. I, personally, almost always forget to save in these. So you'll see here in a moment, okay, we're all the way in the main menu, that we simply don't have a save since 2 hours ago. Yes, I'm recording this right in the morning. I said it. But, yeah, we'll show you guys the win-loss and all that, and I'll make a save because it's been 2 hours. It's been literally 2 hours. Oh, my. And, yeah, there you go. Boom. And look at our retirements. Leonard Williams. Eddie Jackson, Jimmy Garoppolo, those guys have been actually mentors for a couple of seasons for us now. But big one in Leonard Williams is I'm going to need some free agents to show up here for our, just for our sake, I suppose. Jeanty, 5th-year option for sure. He's a 99 overall. It's going to be at least 20 to 25 million per year. And honestly, even if it's just a 1 year, keep the team intact if we can. Okay, screw yourself. Literally would never in a million years say that, but, here he is doing that anyways. Myers, 1 year 18, please. Thank you. Trying to keep the team intact, but not lock ourselves in too much long term. And outside of maybe kicker, which we do see here, Daniel Carlson's been good. I'm going to get him another 2 years. We have re-signed pretty much everyone that matters. Obviously, Charbonnet is just a random backup. We'll get another one that can basically do what he's done. Not really random. 84 overall is pretty good, but still. I thought it was a pretty good deal, especially since we just won a Super Bowl. Come back to a Super Bowl winner. Lamar Jackson's a free agent. What the hell? And then Campbell, I really don't like the money, but again, we have so much of our own money and a big need of that position that why wouldn't I at least offer him something? Offer him a 1 year deal. Might even bump it, to be honest. I really don't want Kenny Clark, but if I want to cut corners at DT, I kind of have no choice. And then Charbonnet, this is the world you're living in, buddy. You have no prospects. You're ours. And we get the 3 guys you wanted. Charbonnet on a 1 year 5-something or 4.9. Campbell on a 3 year 64.5. And then Zach Bond on a 1 year 10.5. Our linebackers are overhauled, and we won a Super Bowl without that. So, not saying it's a lock for another Super Bowl, but if you were going to bet on one of the 32 teams, maybe look at us. All right, we are in the draft. The biggest needs are, I forgot about this stupid thing that I just can't fix because we're in an offline. Really hope they fix this because obviously when it comes to around the draft time, we usually save an offline and then, we start making rosters through there. So, yeah, really hoping that gets fixed by then, because otherwise this will be a long year when it gets down into the later months. But, yeah, we got a lot of defensive tackles. I'm thinking, guys like Blackwell and Bullock are going to be our main focus. So we're going to sim all the way down to, once one of those guys goes, and take a couple of defensive tackles, maybe a linebacker a little later. And all these DTs are already gone. There's no way I was trading up to 15 to grab that DT. He looked good, but he did not look that good. So unfortunately, we are not going to be grabbing any of those guys. Might be grabbing Pierce with a 3 to 4. I mean, do I take him now? Because these guys go so high that it wouldn't even surprise me to see him go like top 10 in the second round. So this feels like a reach, but he's a 2 to 3, man. That's not amazing. Let's trade down. We give them a first, fourth, and seventh with 2 defensive tackles for a high second and third. And with that, I suppose we take Enrique Pierce, A finesse B tackle, 75 true, please. Oh, we've been really struggling at DT, dude. We have just been drafting nothing but bots. And then with this pick, we're going to take a linebacker. Mike Palmer looks really, really good. Don't need him yet, but we're going to need him for when Bond's gone, like a season from now probably. 22 true talent, hidden dev. Really should start him now, but we're trying to go back-to-back, and Bond's a pretty damn good player, 84 overall. Unless 22 is like 74 plus, I'm going to take the round 1 true talenter. 17 true talent, of course, also normal. And then we have this UDFA lineman who looks pretty damn good to me, really strong, and that's who I'm taking. 56 true talent, hidden dev. All right, Jonathan Baker. Welcome to the team. 27 true talent. There's a hidden dev. All right, so that other guy is going to be completely useless to us. Then he knows tackle starting on this team. It's definitely the hidden one. Final draft pick, anyone there? We do have a left guard. Boom, good enough for me. Jeremiah Warner. 15 true talent. Also hidden dev. Draft recap. Oh, man, that second round DT. Not good. Not good at all. 72 overall. I mean, he'll be one of the starters because he's at least like a pass rushing DT, but damn, not a good draft pick. Sam linebacker, 76 overall. He's very good, actually. Maybe he does start over Bond. Take a look at those ratings. He has no coverage at all. We got to future-proof the team, but at the same time, we already won a Super Bowl, so we are trying to just win game to game now, season to season. This is tough. I don't know if I want to start him or not. Like, I want to start him, but I don't want to start him. Russell, even though he's normal dev, is also a high overall, but again, that is probably getting pushed, by nose tackle. So 71 overall. See, I say 71 overall, but like, I've been told, oh, it's a glitch. It's a graphical glitch. Well, it's not actually. It's Run Stopper renamed as what the hell, nose tackle, but the rating is just slightly too high. I think it's just pulling from the wrong rating. So like that will still be their highest rating, nose tackle, because that's, block shed's their highest, but it is still a little too high. It should probably be like 73 when they're 75, or if they're 78, it should be 75 as well. Like it's just a little bit higher than where it's supposed to be. Now, I do want to take a look at the DTs. I wanted Bullock the most, but since he went higher, it's kind of irrelevant because I would have never taken the first of the two. I needed to go as low as possible to save as much in draft capital. Take a look at Blackwell. He is hidden dev, 78 finesse. Very similar to our guy, we just didn't get lucky with the dev, which I guess is the big differentiator. Only star, I mean, that's not worth pick 15 overall, obviously. All right, here's the team for season 6. I mean, it's all gravy, right? We got a Super Bowl win. Everything from here on out is just extra. We've already won the rebuild. There's no pressure on us. We can get wild with it. Of course, I imagine the team is going to have another successful season where maybe they do win it all. This is a pretty damn good-looking roster. Obviously, there's still a couple of weaknesses. Will say I'm very shocked by Porter. I never thought with the sliders and the way the game is this year with older players, I really did not think he was going to get close to this good of a player, but great press man corner with all that speed. What a guy. Definitely glad to see him develop. Glad that Newsome joined as well, and he's a superstar, 87 overall. Things went, honestly, better than I would have ever expected, and let's see if we can win another Super Bowl. Pretty much all the scouted stuff was the exact same, and most of the needs we had were the exact same, so I didn't change anything. Just kept them all the same, and we're chilling. We have $1 trillion. Not quite, but still a lot. But also a lot of players to sign. Brock Bowers over 20 per. Porter, that's not too bad. It's a little over 13. And Greg Newsome, obviously we're going to keep these two guys around for at least the rest of this rebuild. Besh, obviously. Caleb Rogers, I don't know. Grant, I think yes, but Rogers, no. We have a lot of guard types, not a whole lot of tackle types, so we'll keep Grant. Try to keep Chin. I mean, even if we pay every single person here, we still probably have like $100 million. So we're going to pay the ones that are obvious. Colton Miller, while we maybe think about some of the less obvious names. All right, heads to the playoffs. We had a pretty good year, but not good enough to take the division. Look at everyone coming back from the dead. The Chiefs, the Chargers, obviously us. Let's take a look at our numbers. Dylan was great. 37 touchdowns, 10 picks, 4,500 yards. At one point, we were 7-2. Definitely had a little bit of a fall off. Jeanty's been amazing. Williams could be a superstar dev up. Myers is great. Besh is okay. Bowers okay. Bowers a little bit worse than normal, but O-line, 15 sacks allowed for Colton Miller. Glad I paid him a $52 million deal over 2 years. Crosby, I mean, potentially could retire the greatest of all time. 24 sacks. He had like 23 and a half the other year. I mean, dude is killing it. Rest of the guys not bad. Interceptions decent. Kicking solid. Punting really good. Any awards? Any awards for the boys? Are we not even in the top 10 for MVP? Damn. Really? Of all the years for, I don't know, dude. I feel like we had such a good season. I mean, I thought we'd have been top 10 in normal, like, rebuilds. But this rebuild, this Madden where stats seem to be kind of low, very surprised by that. But 91 overall to the 86 overall Colts. We have them beat by a lot. But knowing our luck, this is where our road ends. End of the game, how are we looking? 7-0, 3-7, 3-10, 10-10. Still 10-10. 17-10. Great start of the second half. They get a touchdown themselves. We drove down. We got nothing. We drove down. We got nothing again. Close game. We're going to be down by 3. Offense is moving. Oh, my. The clock, though. Play action. Dylan. Right tackle. That's a tough one. Wow, Myers caught that. I don't know if that's good or not, but to the 24-yard line. In game, at least. And that's a really good throw. Bowers gets out of bounds. Beautiful. Close call, though. Can we post this instead? Oh, my. I don't know how the hell that guy just, like, dropped off after being, like, off of the play. Please get out. We are playing such a dangerous game here. I mean, the announcers would be, like, cringing every second we have the ball here. Oh, my God, what are we doing? Actually, we don't need to go to overtime. We can still throw the ball. I'm going to sell. Let's have the AI kick this thing. We got really close, but unfortunately, we just couldn't punch it in. Not that we even tried to punch it in. 3rd and 10, we got to come in. There's no choice. Perfect throw. Robbins. We don't even know who this guy is, but he's cooking. How does Dylan have over 300 yards with 0 touchdowns? And Jeanty is in for the touchdown. Risky, but great call. All right, defense. We gave you a touchdown. We know that a field goal is pretty hard to stop against, and thankfully we did, because now on offense, chance to win it. Field goal wins it. Oh, my, dude. Are we really going to depend on Robbins again? No, we're not. Wide open, Besh. Just go down. Let's just go down. We just need a field goal. See what the AI wants to do with it. I give the team a little nudge in the right direction. They can do the rest. All right, I guess they threw a pick. Fantastic. Because I'm sure in real life, you're at the 35-yard line, a team would pass even once. There's no way. They'd have to get knocked back 3 yards each time. Bowers. 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 35-yard line again. If I give the AI the ball at the 35-yard line again and they throw another pick, they're not hearing the end of it. There you go. 30-27. One of the longest wildcard games of all time. That's not true, but sure as hell felt like it. Let's take a look at these numbers. Almost 400 yards with 0 passing touchdowns. We had 3 on the ground. They had Lamar Jackson. No wonder why they were decent. Well, if we can beat Lamar Jackson, I like our odds. Pierce was very good, by the way. We had the Pittsburgh Steelers here. 86 overall Pittsburgh Steelers. No snowy game, so we're chilling for now. No score for a little bit there as well. 7-0. Pittsburgh scores 7 as well. Our offense is just not doing what they need to do, huh? Second half, we're down 3 now. Huge drive, touchdown, up by 4, down by 3. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Come on, offense. And did they turn... I don't understand how this quarterback can be so good, yet just so ass at the same time. What is wrong with this team? I mean, it's 4th and 27. You have to go for it. That's how bad this team... I would be so pissed as a fan. I need a block from Jeanty. This is like almost all Jameson. It's way overthrown. Damn, Dylan sucks. What is that? I don't care if you want a rookie Super Bowl. That's insane. How do you put your team in this situation time and time again? First he throws a pick when they're, you know, play chill, relax. And then he gets him in a 4th and 27. Oh my. That is some of the worst quarterbacking I've ever seen. I do not know how you put yourself in that situation. Throws 2 picks. You got outplayed, outdueled, out-accuracied by Anthony Richardson. Hanging up. Like, just hanging up. I don't care how young you are. And then 4.5 sacks. One of these years, we're going to get tackle stats fixed. I don't know why they just refuse to fix that, but sure. Like, what is wrong with the sim system to where we're giving up 15, 20 sacks as a freaking tackle? Like, I think Dan Moore had the most last year at 16. And, like, apparently 4 of them weren't his fault, but, like, in general, Dan Moore versus Colton Miller, they're both the same player to EA, apparently. Chargers win the Super Bowl, so this division's got a couple of Super Bowls under the belt. Let's take a look at the roster. And I don't know, Jameson Williams goes up to Superstar. Not bad. Not bad at all. Jacoby Myers, we got him a 1-year deal, so he'll be here again as well. Jameson Williams working out a bunch. It's kind of ironic, though, that we get, like, the closest thing to what we thought Thornton could be. You know, a tall, fast wide receiver. But we don't get him there because Thornton just couldn't develop. And I knew it was going to happen, too. It's just too hard in Sim. If you're actually playing the games, probably. But Simming, not so much. Either way, final season. Honestly, I think we're going to do the usual. You know, if we win a Super Bowl in year 3 or whatever, I think you go kind of crazy year 4. We're just going to go for like a proven DT, I think, for the final season. Like, oh, here's a bunch of rookies that won't do anything, you know? Sanchez, 5th year. We didn't get Chin, so that $21 million. You should take this now, right? Really? He thinks his fair evaluation is a little over 10. We give him a $15 million option. I mean, we're going to tag him with his final season anyways. Bond, I don't think I necessarily need, so we're not even going to do that. Or should we? 2-year 13. If he does like a 1-year 8, why not? It's nice having all this money because you just don't need to worry about anything. Let's go to free agency, see if there's anybody there. And, yeah, probably just use all of our draft picks for a defensive tackle. That's the one position we really struggle to get. Guess we're just like the Raiders, like in real life, like that. Vita Vea, he's not bad. Oh, Turner. Shamar Turner. How good is Shamar Turner, though? Is it more nose tackle stuff? We know Vita Vea's is, obviously. Shamar Turner with... No, he's actually a legitimately good player. Let's try to get him. If we don't, we'll trade for that DT. But if we do, we're going to go wide receiver, I think. We're going to trade Myers off for a wide receiver, which would be kind of sick. Got to get another Super Bowl, and drafting a bunch of rookies that aren't going to develop in time is pretty much pointless. Dolphins probably going to get him. Damn, dude. Well, we're going DT, I guess. All right, we did it. Huge blockbuster trade. A first, second, third, 4 with a first next year. A defensive tackle and a left guard for Matabike. Decided I also wanted to weaken one of the league's best. In the process, have done that. And then I trade for some random wide receiver off the Bills because our wide receiver room literally has 3 guys in it. We'll go to the draft, though, and see, you know, what some of the highest overall players were. But in general, I just don't feel like scouting and drafting and wasting everyone's time. It's 10, 15-minute video time. For what? For what? It's the final year. We're not using any of these guys. If we actually had a need that could be filled with the draft, sure, but we don't. We simply don't. And as far as some of the best players go, I mean, they're decent, but no one's jumping off the page. What the hell is this? Ray McLeod's an X Factor. Well, yeah, you're joining our team. All right, the final season. The offensive line, man, I don't know what to do with these sliders because the O-line is just, it's not developing even at 150%. It's probably something to do with not using the coaching abilities, but I don't want to. All right. If I'm using Coach XP or Coach Abilities for XP, what's the point? All right. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. What's the point? Might as well just bump the sliders anyways. It's all the same. It's just more tediousness. Trust me, this is their way, all right? Like, they're thinking every year of ways to try and throw some microtransactions into franchise. There's somebody telling them, hey, this is a really bad idea. Players are going to stop buying the game, but they want to. And I think Coach Abilities, as they keep pushing this stuff, it would not surprise me to see some microtransactions in the game sooner or later. And it's just a lot of tediousness added to the game for kind of no reason. And then the other side of it is abilities, which, like the upgrades to overalls and whatnot, which I think just turns it into superstar mode. You know, the yard, if you will, the bonuses. I don't like it. I don't like it personally. I get it, though, and some people do, so I'm not going to be like, oh, well, if I don't like it, big YouTuber guy, gotta listen to him. But just personally, it's not my thing, so it is what it is. I don't want to be one of those guys that ruins the game, you know, because it's like, oh, well, all they do is listen to content creators. Like, you see it all the time in so many different games, and it just ruins the game for, like, casual players just trying to have some fun. So I'm not going to say what's right or wrong, but at the same time, don't be surprised if it leads to microtransactions in franchise mode, okay? As obviously I don't really care about scouting. The breakouts, I've tried literally 30 in this one. Other than Porter, every single one's been a failure. Every single one. I'm over it. Early in the rebuild, sure, but final season is what we have now, is what we've got for the rest of this thing. Let's see if we've done enough. And that's Shador Sanders and the Cowboys, by the way. That is a crazy fit. But of course, see how screwed we are. $151 million, even though, you know, we quote-unquote, wow, it's almost all guaranteed. I kind of like that. Like, I hate that for us, but I like that that is something he is asking for. I think that's kind of cool. 4-year 95. How much? Oof. Ooh. I really wish he had more interests. I also don't love the interest level thing. It makes it harder, which is good. That's what she said. But as far as, like, the realism of it, yeah. Wow, I don't know why. I guess because there's no Sam linebackers. Clifford is cheap as hell. That, of course, is the cheese if you wanted to. You just move all your guys to Sam linebacker when they need a contract. Morley wants $20 million per year. That's insane work. Crosby could retire at any moment. You've seen earlier and earlier retirements in game. Of course, this is where the money would start to become a problem a little bit because you have a quarterback coming up. Matabike needs a contract. Wow, we just traded for a guy that needs a contract. We're smart. So just putting it into perspective, we lose the safety. You probably lose Matabike, or you sign him for 1 year, and then after this season's over, when you have to pay, I imagine, Dylan, yeah, that's when problems arise. So for now, you'd be able to at least keep most of these players for next season. But after that, that is when you will lose some players. Hey, bye week. Only one of two, I think, we've had so far in our rebuilds. Wow. We were by far the best team. I know the Broncos are 12-5, but we were by far the best team. The second seed was 5 wins lower than us. Look at these top threes as well. Campbell, 5 interceptions, 24 sacks for Crosby, who is just, I mean, unbelievable, by the way. The guy has been crazy good. Our losses come from the Chiefs and Broncos, so interdivisional. Arguably, if it wasn't for divisional games, we would have been undefeated. You know, if we'd put 2 other teams in there. Those games, they're tough. Dylan should be MVP. That is the best season ever for a quarterback, right? Jeanty was great. Receiving Besh, finally superstar, it seems. Bauer's great. Myers, and, you know, we've been putting him in the back burner because he's older. But he's still here. He's still kicking. Tackles give up a decent bit, but the guard, holy crap, that was a lot given up. Sacks, Sanchez has been great. Matabike with 14. Interceptions, 5 for Campbell, 2 for Newsom, 2 for Porter, 1 for Melton. And then kicking, as usual, great. Raiders kicking unit, solid. Don't need to worry about it. MVP, Austin Dillon. Great stuff. Ashton Jeanty. Look at this. And that is it. All right, the final season. We're automatically in the divisional round, so there's that. We completely destroyed this team's cap and draft capital, sort of, to try and have this season. Titans at 8-9. No long snapper. I love that. That's one thing I would also change. 14-10, halftime. 14-10 still. But you can't lie, it would be a little awkward. Even, like, I would say kickers get trolled every once in a while. Like, but, you know, as far as, like, a long snapper, that is, like, the ultimate troll position in the NFL. 31-10, headed to the championship round. All right, let's take a look. Dylan, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jeanty, it's been great throughout this thing. There's really just not been a moment where I'm like, damn, Jeanty, he played like crap. Like, there was one playoff game he played badly, but even then, it wasn't that badly. Championship round, who we got? Who we facing? The Patriots. They were the number 2 seed, but again, 5 whole wins less than us. And of course, Van Ginkel's a Patriot, dude. The ultimate Patriot. That would be the ultimate Patriot player. For years, they've probably been devastated that they couldn't bring him in. And then they had to watch him up close as a rival. Take a look at the end of the game. 3-0. Still 3-0. We get a touchdown. Haven't need to really come in because, you know, the last game ended with the blowout. This one, though, a little bit closer. 10-all. I say a little bit as if they're not, like, on par to win this. The way they're playing right now, they're literally, like, locking us down inside of our own side of the field all game long. And we missed a 22-yard field goal. Remember I was just talking about how solid the special teams are? This is kind of a... Okay, well, they run out of time. The hell is this sim? 3rd and inches, here's your moment. The Patriots with, like, the greatest defense of all time, apparently. I mean, our defense is pretty good, too, because we've locked them down as well, but it is also, in fact, just good. What a play on Henderson. Loss of 3, needing 1. Palmer, what a player. All right. We've had 0 points since, like, halftime, but apparently we're supposed to score here. 3rd and 8, got to come in. This team's not going to do it on their own. The hell is wrong with this team? Just forgot to score. Forgot how to score all of a sudden. Sure, I guess. There's nobody on Bowers. Like, Bowers is running, like, the route of his life, and nobody's on him. Like, what are we doing here? You see that route? It was kind of clean, and there's nobody on him. They just leave him open. 3rd and 2, 1st and goal. Just get in the end zone. Thank you. We're headed to the Super Bowl. What a weird one. 16-13. Bit of a defensive battle. We didn't even throw a pick either. We just sucked. Remember when I said Jeanty never really had a bad game? Well, I lied. Campbell with 3 sacks. Sanchez with 3 sacks. Madabike with 2. 2 for Crosby. I mean, this pass rush alone carried the hell out of the game. Offense just need to wake up, and they couldn't. Thankfully, though, they finally got something going right at the very end in overtime, mind you. And of course, Daniel Carlson missing that field goal could have avoided all that garbage. We have the Falcons. Team I kind of want to rebuild next, too. So many teams to rebuild, but at the same time, like, it's like you want to do as many rebuilds as possible because it's like, ooh, I want to use this team. Ooh, I want to use that team. Ooh, I want to use this team. But if you don't slow yourself, you don't pace yourself, you know, we've already done 5 rebuilds now, and it's the first, like, barely 2 weeks of the game. We're going to run out of damn teams by the time it hits October, you know? We might have to chill a little bit on these rebuilds, but they are super fun to do. And the good in-betweens for when we're not doing Panthers franchise. Zach Besh. Jack, I don't know where Zach came from. Superstar Dev. Hopefully I haven't been calling him Zach, dude. What the hell is wrong with me? Just some names, dude, that I just want to flip every time. Defensively, anybody? Madabike, was he? I think he was only Superstar when we traded for him, actually. He might actually have just went up to X Factor. Don't worry, Baltimore. We can develop your players for you. I know you don't know how to do that. Superstar X Factor. Again, that was a joke. There's going to be some Ravens fans like, wait a minute. Hold on. Chill. All right. Well, let's all just take a... You know what? I don't pay attention to the abilities. Like, I say I don't care about them, but at the same time, the AI is using them. So what have they been using? So we have increased broken tackles on screens. That has no effect. That has no effect. That has no effect. Oh, was that even the one that was on? Does it even show me which one was on? Or do we not actually have them on because we're just not using them? It doesn't matter. I don't really care. Wish you could turn them off, personally. 93 to 87, or at least like change the XP gained for the coaches, because a couple years in, no matter what kind of franchise you're running, you're going to get maxed abilities for the ones that matter, right? There's going to be metas in pretty much every game that has abilities and whatnot, so yeah, you're pretty much going to have it. Those white helmets, though, that is pretty sick, I got to be honest. As we go into the final game, Raiders-Falcons, a refresher of the Super Bowl, if you will. This is what America needs. They need a new Super Bowl matchup like this. We need something different. Raiders, Falcons, I can live with it, as we are just doing nothing. We are doing nothing. 4th and 5. This offense has decided they do not want to play football anymore. They are over it. They're going to change their career paths because they are absolutely over it. Bowers is literally number 1. Dude, Bowers, like, I always say, like, oh, tight ends, all that matters kind of speed, doesn't really matter. Bowers is a difference maker. He feels way different than, okay. Feels way different than anyone else. You're going for this, right? All right, let's see if they get it. 2 yards, man. Thank you. 7-point game, 6 minutes left. Got to get a stop, and apparently they're the ones losing. I mean, there's no point in me even going in at that point. They're the ones apparently losing here because the clock is just gone. They've moved down the field in like 3 plays. They're passing the ball like they're the ones losing, which I would do the same. Oh my, I don't even know if that would have been on target or not. We ended up stepping all the way out. All right, don't get this play and the game's over. Please. And we can't catch it. Game over. I mean, the sliders are tough and the AI is not actually dealing with that. We are, but still we got to do better there. And nope, no Super Bowl 2. Unfortunate. Have we even won 2 Super Bowls yet? I don't think so. I think we were just on 1. My memory's shot. It's terrible. I'm surprised I even remember half the players I do, dude. I swear my memory is gone. Looking at the numbers, yeah, I mean, our quarterback has just been terrible. He wins a Super Bowl and just dies. I don't know what to say. But hey, he got us a Super Bowl win as a rookie. Probably makes the title. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Doesn't make the thumbnail, though. That's Ashton Jeanty's spot, all right? Of course, I don't know why you would care, because we didn't even win, but boom. Might have to, even if I'm worried about, an update, we'll just finish the rebuild, after the update's done by EA. Gotta do onlines. I can't do the offlines with the stupid draft board thing. The background just glitches out every time. But let's take a look at the team. Jeanty's been a 99 overall since he was born, so that's, that's nice, obviously. But yeah, he obviously had a crazy career. We'll have to take a look at all these numbers in depth in a second. But, I mean, look at him, dude. Come on. What do you want from him? Even his catching is going to start getting up there. Yeah, I swear I have seen some speed upgrades, but at the same time, haven't really seen many. So, not sure what, where they exist in capacity of the rate. I don't know. I don't know the rate of that speed. I don't think Jameson went up. I think he's always 98 speed. Take a look at Besh now, 87 overall. Look at him go. What a talent. Probably going to be pretty weak in the release. No, it's in the short route. Okay. Fantastic. And then Jacoby Myers, I'm sorry. I don't really care. I don't care too much. Collins, 99 overall already too. Didn't play like one, I'll tell you that. That's why I just don't really know where Sim is at the moment. Like, as much as playbooks don't matter, they also coincidentally matter. I still feel like we got 3 99s on the skill positions, by the way. I don't know if it's tight end, sort of. But, yeah, I don't know what is going on with Sim. Because it's like, playbooks don't matter as much. We've seen the Chiefs struggle all rebuild long for the most part. But we go and use the Chiefs playbook ourselves, and we don't look back and we look great. Obviously, it's affecting the stats because, the other playbooks like the Packers give you nothing for tight end again. Charles Grant, great finesse blocker, power blocking, not so much. But it's still like, well, it's not going to prove anything. It's not going to guarantee anything. All right, so defenders, I don't want to look at everyone. I can't believe we actually used to look at every single defender, every single offensive player with how slow it is. Not as slow as this, but having to click right bumper every time. It's just like, why? Like, who cares about some 80 overall? The good players, though, the goated ones, we definitely will look at. Although, ironically enough, I'm not looking at Crosby because he's starting to regress, so it's kind of pointless. But Sanchez, definitely. This guy, great draft pick. I mean, that was a great draft pick for us. Look at him. I mean, that, again, showing that speed rusher, which I imagine he had for a long time as his main archetype before his archetypes got beat because of how good those are, how good speed rusher is for the other ones. Just proving again how good it is. Yeah, I mean, Newsom was a great signing. Chin was here for a while. Nick Cross finally started to develop. This is a solid-looking team. It's not the highest overall we've had, but it's the highest overall in most of the main positions. QB, running back, edge. Those being very high overalls. Those are kind of the hardest positions to draft and develop, and some of the most important positions, so it definitely works out there. Before we head out of here, before we finally end our Yap Fest, we need to take a look at the career stats. So Austin Dillon already, 126 touchdowns, 19 picks, on par for the greatest touchdown to pick ratio of all time. The craziest part is it's not even much better than real life Rodgers. People, honestly, it's crazy to me how much people forget about how great he is and was. Hoping he does well with the Steelers. I think it's crazy that there was Packers fans when he was a Jets fan player at that bar. I can't remember how common it was, but they had like a drink special if Rodgers got hurt. Like, what is wrong with you? Do you have brain damage? Like, that actually is like offensive to people with brain damage. Like, you just are a crappy person. Like, what are you doing? I don't know, dude. Like, the guy brings so much to Green Bay, keeps them relevant, wins them a Super Bowl, makes everything exciting, and he leaves, and I don't know. Dude, like, Rodgers could literally have left Green Bay with a middle finger up, saying F the fans, F the players, and I still couldn't hate him, because it's like, what he did for us, you know? Like, what is wrong with you? Humans are just bad, all right? Jeanty, though, I don't know why we're even talking about this, but Jeanty, 6,800 yards, 75 touchdowns. Oh, yeah, because we're comparing the QBs. I got to make it about the Packers at all times, obviously. 6,600 yards for Jameson, 52 for Bowers. Besh, 41 with 35. He's been sneaky as hell with it, though. Averaging 1,000 yards a season, basically. This is, it's year 5, so almost, kind of, close to it. Jeanty, 2,000 yards, 19 touchdowns. And then the final thing I want to look at, besides Porter's numbers, how many picks did he have? 6, is the record book. Obviously, I want to see some of these Raiders record. Wait, actually, he might have real records, no? No, he doesn't. I don't know why I would have thought that when obviously you have these two guys with, like, all-time records. Like, this is just not going to happen. Actually, no, they do have rookie season. What am I even thinking about? But yeah, Dickerson, 1,800 yards, 18 touchdowns is not going to happen. But Dylan did get the touchdowns. Let's take a look. Not career. Let's go back to the season. Rookie season, Jeanty. Dylan Jeanty. Not bad. Real life Bowers, of course. And then Sanchez. So a lot of these players we actually got the all-times for. We got 5 of them. Not bad. Anyways, that's going to be it for this, if you want to call it, because that final season is a little crazy. Realistic style rebuild of the Las Vegas Raiders. Leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, Pkr Plays for non-Madden content. And the biggest thing, as always, that you can do for me is let me know in the comment section below who you'd like to see next. I always get a lot of suggestions, so if you think, oh, he's ignoring me, even if, like, let's say you got 20 likes on your comment for the Cowboys, and there's like 7 likes on the Jaguars, and I'm like feeling the Jaguars that day, it might still be the Jaguars. But most of the time, if it seems like there's a common team wanting to be seen, and it's not like the Eagles, Ravens, Lions, one of the teams already built up, yeah, that'll be the next one. Would like to throw in those good teams, but we'll get to them sooner or later. We kind of wait for the good teams because there's a chance that those good teams start off slow like the Bengals do, so then you have a chance to actually rebuild them. Whereas the bad teams, they start off bad, so you can rebuild them to good. Whereas if they get good, then you just added another team to the list of teams you don't want to rebuild anymore. So, that's kind of the process, I think. And you're kind of just hoping for a good team to get bad so you can rebuild them without being bored as hell. Anyways, the app is over. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video,